Welcome to my channel, Value Old Coins. Today videos is one you won't to miss. We're diving into the world of coins, so let's get it started. The 1871 United States $1 coin is a remarkable example of 19th century American numismatics, specifically part of the Liberty-seeded silver dollar series. This series was minted from 1840 to 1873, and the 1871 issue stands as a mid-period example. By this time, the Liberty-seeded design had undergone multiple refinements, and the coin's mintage reflected both the political and economic changes in post-Civil War America. Struck primarily in silver, this coin was minted for circulation and for use in international trade, yet it has become a significant collectible due to its historical context and diminishing survival rates. The 1871 dollar coin features the classic seated Liberty motif on the obverse, while the reverse carries the heraldic American eagle, both emblems embodying the national ideals of freedom, strength, and unity. Obverse design, Lady Liberty, and symbolism. The obverse of the 1871 seated Liberty dollar showcases Lady Liberty seated on a rock facing left. Designed by Christian Gobrecht, this iconic image reflects the neoclassical art style favored in the 19th century. Liberty holds a pole topped with a Phrygian cap, an ancient symbol of freedom, especially evocative in post-revolutionary and post-Civil War America. In her other hand, she cradles a shield inscribed with liberty, suggesting that liberty must be actively defended. The date 1871 is placed directly below Liberty's foot, centered at the bottom of the obverse. Surrounding the central motif are 13 six-pointed stars, representing the original 13 colonies. The design evokes classical Roman and Greek influences, drawing on themes of democracy, personal rights, and the enduring quest for national unity during Reconstruction-era America. Reverse design, the heraldic eagle, the me. Reverse side of the coin features a majestic bald eagle, its wings partially outstretched in a poised stance. The eagle holds 3 arrows in its left talon, symbolizing military strength and preparedness, and an olive branch in its right, representing peace. Above the eagle is the inscription, "In God We Trust," which became a mandatory motto for many coins following the religious sentiment raised during the Civil War. This was the first major U.S. coin series to incorporate that phrase permanently, having first appeared on the dollar in 1866. Encircling the eagle are the inscriptions, "United States of America" above and $1 below, denoting the nation and the denomination. The reverse is a powerful nationalistic image, designed to reflect authority and sovereignty, which was especially important in the wake of the Civil War. Composition and physical. Characteristics. The 1871 Liberty-seated dollar was struck in 900 fine silver, meaning it is composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. This alloy was standard for American silver coins during the 19th century, providing durability for circulation without diminishing the coin's intrinsic value. Each coin weighs approximately 26.73 grams, with a diameter of 38.1 millimeters, 1.5 inches, and a reeded edge. The silver content is approximately 0.77344 troy ounces, making the coin not just valuable as a collectible, but also historically important as a bullion piece. The coin's large size and classic design make it a favorite among type collectors and silver dollar enthusiasts alike. Mint locations and mint marks in 1871. Liberty-seated dollars were struck at 3 different mints. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. This was the primary mint and produced the largest number of coins that year. Carson City Mint, CC, located in Nevada, opened in 1870, this mint produced coins for use in the American West and had relatively low mintage. San Francisco Mint, S, minted coins for Western circulation and trade with Asia. Each coin struck outside of Philadelphia bears a mint mark on the reverse beneath the eagle. For example, coins from Carson City are marked with CC and those from San Francisco with S. These mint marks are crucial to collectors, as mint location heavily affects the rarity and market value of a given specimen. Mintage. And rarity Philadelphia, no mint mark. Mintage of approximately 193,500 coins. Carson City, CC. Mintage of 1,376 coins only, making it one of the rarest Carson City dollars and highly sought after by collectors. San Francisco, S. Mintage of about 20,000 coins. The 1871 CC Liberty-seated dollar is considered a rarity in all grades and a true key date within the seated dollar series. High-grade examples of any 1871 dollar are difficult to find due to age, melting during the 1873 Coinage Act aftermath, and extensive use in international commerce. Historical context and usage, the 1871 Liberty-seated dollar. Circulated during a transformative period in U.S. history. The nation was in the midst of Reconstruction following the Civil War, and westward expansion was rapidly altering the demographics and economics of the country. Silver coins played a vital role in commerce, especially in the western U.S. and in international trade markets like China, where American silver dollars were often preferred over Mexican pesos. However, the rise of the Bland-Allison Act, 1878, and the Coinage Act of 1873 would soon spell the end for the Liberty-seated dollar series, ushering in the era of the Morgan dollar. Many of these coins were melted down, reducing surviving populations, particularly for lower mintage issues like the 1871 CC. Collector value and market considerations. In today's numismatic market, the value of an 1871 Liberty-seated dollar depends heavily on the mint mark, condition, and provenance. A Philadelphia-issued example in circulated condition, fine to very fine, might range from $400 to $1,000, while mint state specimens can fetch several $1,000s depending on eye appeal and strike quality. The 1871 S coins are scarcer, in high grades, and are more valuable in AU or mint state. The 1871 CC dollar, due to its extremely low mintage, can command $10,000 to over $150,000 in higher grades. Certified coins graded by PCGS or NGC are especially prized in auction settings. Proof strikes from Philadelphia also exist in limited numbers, about 1,000 pieces, and are rare and valuable, often reaching $8,000 to $20,000 or more. Varieties and errors varieties exist for the 1871 dollar, especially within the Carson City issues, where differences in die alignment and small planchet errors are sometimes found. These varieties are cataloged by specialists and can add premiums for advanced collectors. Errors such as die cracks, double strikes, or overdates are exceedingly rare for this year, but would carry significant value if discovered. The condition of the strike, strong versus weak details, is also critical to valuation, especially for coins struck at Carson City, where production equipment was still being optimized. Conclusion. A historic silver relics. 1871. Liberty-seated. Silver dollar is not merely a relic of a bygone monetary era, but a living artifact from America's Reconstruction years. With its classical imagery, large silver content, and scarcity in high grade, this coin encapsulates the transition of American society, coinage, and economy during the 19th century. Whether held for historical appreciation, investment, or pure collecting passion, the 1871 seated dollar remains a desirable and enduring piece of United States numismatic history. For those fortunate enough to own an example, it offers a tangible connection to the artistry, challenges, and resilience of the post-Civil War United States. If you want details about a specific mint mark, e.g., 1871 CC, 1871 S, or want grading, and pricing information for different conditions, feel free to ask. The 1986 D Washington quarter is a fascinating and historically meaningful coin, minted during a transitional period in American coinage and national history. This quarter-dollar coin, issued by the United States Mint and struck at the Denver Mint, continues the long-running Washington quarter series, which began in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The 1986 D quarter is part of the post-silver era of American coinage, composed of copper-nickel clad, and is widely recognized for its classic design and wide circulation across the country. While often considered a common modern coin, the 1986 D quarter still holds strong numismatic and educational value due to its symbolic design, minting characteristics, and cultural significance during the mid-1980s, a time of rapid technological change, Cold War tensions, and growing patriotic sentiment in the United States. Obverse design, George Washington and national identity. The obverse front side of the 1986 D quarter continues the celebrated portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932. The image was inspired by a bust created by French sculptor Jean-Antoine Houdon in 1785, a work widely considered to be the most accurate likeness of the first U.S. president. Washington faces left in a stately, composed pose, his gaze calm and determined. The portrait is detailed and strong, with noticeable emphasis on Washington's aquiline nose, tied-back hair, and military-style coat. Surrounding the portrait are several important inscriptions. The word liberty arches across the top, reflecting the nation's foundational principle. Just beneath Washington's chin is the phrase, "In God we trust," a motto first introduced on U.S. coins during the Civil War and by the 1980s universally present across all denominations. Below Washington's bust at the bottom of the obverse is the date 1986, clearly marking the year of minting. To the right of the truncation of Washington's neck appears the D mint mark, indicating the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the primary production facilities of the U.S. Mint system. Reverse. Design. The American eagle and traditional symbolism. The reverse back of the 1986 D quarter preserves the original 1932 design, also by John Flanagan, which had remained unchanged until 1999. At the center of the reverse is a powerful depiction of an American bald eagle, a traditional emblem of U.S. strength, authority, and independence. The eagle is shown with its wings outstretched, perched regally on a bundle of arrows, which represent America's readiness to defend itself. Beneath the eagle is an olive branch, symbolizing peace, a balanced expression of the nation's dual commitments to war readiness and diplomacy. Around the eagle are key inscriptions. The words, "United States of America," curve along the upper rim, with the motto, "E pluribus unum," out of many one, directly beneath it, a Latin phrase signifying the unity of the diverse American states. The denomination, quarter dollar, is boldly inscribed along the lower edge. The reverse design, though simple in composition, is rich with symbolic resonance and reflects traditional American ideals of unity, justice, and strength in diversity. Coin. Specifications and physical characteristics. The 1986 D Washington quarter is a clad coin, meaning it is made of layers of copper and nickel rather than the 90% silver used in earlier quarters, pre-1965. The composition is specifically 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, with a total weight of 5.67 grams. It has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters and a reeded edge consisting of 119 grooves, which helps prevent counterfeiting and clipping. The coin has a thickness of 1.75 millimeter. The core of the coin is pure copper, while the outer layers are a nickel-copper alloy that gives the coin its silver-like appearance. Although not made of precious metal, the 1986 D quarter retains intrinsic value through its historical significance and utility in commerce. Its clad construction reflects both advances in minting technology and cost-saving measures taken by the U.S. Mint in the decades following the removal of silver from general circulation. Minting details and distribution. The Denver Mint produced a total of approximately 504,198,660 Washington quarters dated 1986 D. This makes it a relatively common date within the series, particularly compared to earlier mid-century issues. The Denver Mint, located in Denver, Colorado, has served as a critical hub in the U.S. coinage system since 1906 and is known for its large production volumes. Quarters bearing the D Mint mark were distributed mainly throughout the central and western United States, but their wide use in commerce means that these coins have long circulated in all parts of the country. Most 1986 D quarters were released into everyday circulation rather than being sold directly to collectors, so high-quality uncirculated specimens are somewhat less common today and often found in mint sets or carefully preserved rolls. Historical context of 1986 in the United States. The year 1986 was a pivotal time in American and global history. President Ronald Reagan was in the second term of his presidency, and the United States was deeply engaged in the final stages of the Cold War. Domestically, 1986 was a year of economic recovery, technological innovation, and growing national pride. The Space Shuttle Challenger disaster, which occurred in January, was a tragic event that united the country in mourning and significantly impacted NASA's future missions. Cultural movements were in full swing. The rise of personal computers, the spread of cable television, and the popularity of American pop culture around the world. Coinage in this period was practical and utilitarian, but it also carried with it symbols that reassured citizens of America's ideals and stability. The 1986 D quarter, with its classic designs and national symbols, is reflective of the enduring importance of traditional American values amid a rapidly changing world. Collectability and numismatic value in circulated condition, the 1986 D quarter is generally considered common and typically worth face value, 25 cents, although well-worn examples still hold appeal for those building full-year sets. However, uncirculated and mint state MS examples, particularly those graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, can carry a premium. In MS63 to MS65 condition, these coins may sell for between $2 and $6, while higher grades such as MS66 or MS67 can fetch $20 to $75 or more, especially if the coin displays full luster, strong strike, and minimal contact marks. Ultra-high-grade coins, MS68 and above, while rare, are highly sought after by registry collectors aiming to complete top-tier sets. These examples are typically found in original U.S. Mint sets or bank-wrapped rolls that have remained unopened for decades. Coins with special varieties, errors, or exceptional eye appeal also attract collector interest. Varieties and errors, the 1986 D Washington quarter does not feature any major recognized varieties, but die errors, and minting anomalies are always possible. Collectors sometimes seek out examples with double die obverse, DDO, die cracks, cuds, or off-center strikes, though such errors are rare for this issue. Another minor point of interest involves the strength of the strike. Coins from the Denver Mint in this era sometimes display weak strikes or incomplete details, particularly in the eagle's feathers or Washington's hair. Coins exhibiting fully struck devices and clean surfaces are worth more to collectors. While not a particularly error-prone year, any authentic minting error on a 1986 D quarter could elevate its value significantly. Preservation and storage tips. Because modern clad quarters like the 1986 D can tarnish or develop undesirable toning over time, collectors should store these coins in acid-free holders, airtight capsules, or within original U.S. Mint sets for best results. Avoid handling coins directly with bare hands, as skin oils can cause discoloration or spotting. For long-term preservation, maintain a low humidity environment and avoid extreme temperature fluctuations. While clad coins are more resilient than silver coins to tarnish, they are still subject to corrosion in poor conditions. Coins intended for grading should be kept pristine and handled only with cotton gloves or tweezers. Conclusion: a modern quarter with enduring relevance. The 1986 D Washington quarter may not be made of precious metal or feature a limited mintage, but it stands as a meaningful artifact of late 20th century American coinage. Its design links modern users with historical symbols and national identity, while its production reflects the technological capabilities and economic choices of the era. Whether discovered in change, pulled from an old mint set, or preserved. In a collector's album, the 1986 D quarter remains a worthy piece of numismatic study. For both casual collectors and historians, it serves as a physical representation of a moment in time, a reminder of the enduring presence of tradition within a nation constantly in motion. If you'd like, I can provide detailed grading images, value charts by condition, or error listings specifically for the 1986 D quarter. Would you like that next?